Kia ora. Good morning. Welcome back. Well, this one's a little different. So when a friend asks for a hand, you give him a hand. And yeah, I gave him a round of applause and he wasn't too thrilled. So today's a little different. We're working on a truck, or, you know, a ute as we know it back home. My name's Kane and welcome to Bernie. What's that, Bernie? The guy wants to start charging rent now. So old mate just dropped off the truck and let's jump inside. So he sends me a message and says, hey, can you replace the blower motor and maybe the relay? Yeah, sure. He's already got the parts, and that's an easy job. Relay, blower motor. But let's just grab the keys and see what happens. You hear that? Blower motor's working just fine. So it's not the blower motor. In fact, it looks like the air is stuck on the window defroster. If I reach up here, we got some little bit of an airflow. So yeah, don't think it's a blower motor. Think it's going to be this actuator. Okay, so let's think about this. We've got two different actuators for one of these HVAC units. One actuator is going to control the temperature blend. All right, so the blend door, and that one in these vehicles is normally located underneath the glove box. The other one, however, which I think we have a problem with, is going to be located next to the gas pedal. So we're going to dive on down here and start pulling things apart. Chances are we're just going to need to replace the actuator control module. Hey, while we're in here, you know, we may even end up just replacing the blower motor and the relay, just so they know that that's going to be good for a little bit of time to come. Now we're under the dash. This is the actuator here. Okay, so we've done a little bit more digging around, and yeah, we don't have the parts. And I don't have the right size socket. So these blend door actuators take a 5.5 millimeter. It's kind of unusual, but I don't have that size. So we need to go down to the old parts store and see what we can find. Did a little bit of researching, and the temperature actuator as well as the mode actuator, two different part numbers, two different units. So while we're at the parts store, we're going to see if we can find the mode actuator, and it looks like we'll just be able to replace that part. So come on down and let's see what we find. Ah, the last one. 5.5 mil, yeah baby. So when a buddy asks for help, he tends to want to help out. So I've got a buddy over there. He's going to be helping replace the blower motor and the relay. I mean, while we're in there, we might as well just do it, right? So that's what Ryan's going to be working on. Now, we managed to find a 5.5 millimeter socket, so we'll be able to get this relay out. All right, so we've got the old and the new, and just comparing the two, they look like it's going to be a fit. We've got 5 pins on both of them. Now, this could be the reason why the mode selector was not working. This sleeve normally sits in the actuator. Well, you know, here it is. It's apart. So let's get this new one in, and we'll put it all back together. On the drinker's side of the vehicle, the passenger side, we've got some work going on. The blower motor's going in, and we'll replace that relay. Ryan's doing a great job.
Okay.
Plugged in.
Yeah, try now.
Alright, moment of truth. Oh, where's the keys? Alright. We have blower. Do we have... Uh-oh. Well guys, we make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. If you're doing this job, just make sure these teeth are aligned. You can see here that it's not. So when we try to get it to work, the actuator, you can hear it moving, but of course, without those gears aligned, nothing moves. So, time to take this apart. Alright, so this is interesting. We decided to pull these apart, and this is the old one, so we actually did find the problem. The problem, if Ryan wants to point out, is all these cracks in this this ring. So that sleeve was able to be pushed out. So if you're ever doing this job, just know that you can get these gears. You can buy a kit that will just replace all these plastic gears. And man, I think Ryan looked them up. It was like $12 or something. So that's probably the preferred method. We were kind of on a time crunch, so we had to buy the whole unit. So this is the inside, and this is what we've got going on. We've got this idler gear, which just slides right off. You've got the main output gear, the sensor gear, and then these, these ones there. Now, the issue we ran into the first time is our sensor gear and the output gear were not aligned. Now you can see this is the old one. We've got cracks here, so this is probably pretty familiar to you guys if you're pulling this apart. Here's the trick. Align the output gear so that this line is vertical. This vertical line will mean that there is an indicator mark at about the 4 to 5 o'clock position. That indicator mark has to line up with the indicator on the sensor gear. So there's a little marking there. So the trick is to make sure that the sensor gear and your output gear are aligned and that the marking is correct. So we pulled these apart so many times that they were off alignment, which meant once it was all in the vehicle, it worked once and then it didn't work again. Then when you install it back on the car, you just want to make sure that the position on the vehicle is about midway. So where the black and white teeth mesh up, that's where you want to make sure it's about midway, and then install it, plug it in, and Bob's your uncle. Finally got it fixed. Let me even show you. I ain't lying. Alright, so we are on defrost mode. Got the receipt up there just blowing in the wind. Stand by and we'll take it down to the passenger. Alright, full face mode. See the receipt there just blowing in the wind. Alright, okay. Last mode, I guess we'll check the foot mode. Now this mode, you're going to have to come on down with me. Stand by, stand by. And you can see there, the receipt's flapping in the breeze. Okay guys, that's it. The mode actuator is installed and we also put in that blower motor that he already had. This job is a little bit fiddly, so next time a mate asks if you can give him a hand, maybe on this job just say do it yourself. Because it's definitely a little fiddly. The hardest part, just to give you a heads up if you're trying to do this on your own, is aligning the actuator with the motor and the gear, ring gear that's in the vehicle. And hey, yeah, I hear you guys. You guys are wondering about the Z06. Well, just be patient. It's getting worked on. Just, give a guy a second. And we'll have a video out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But it is coming and I'm excited. It's going to be a fun car to drive. It's going to sound great. So yeah, next up, that video is coming out. We'll give you an update. Hopefully I'll get some footage of it on the dyno, but you're going to want to stick around and watch that. Anyway, my name's Kane. Bernie's not around. Ryan, he's not around either. But this is Bernie Rubber's Garage. Thanks for watching. What's that, mate? You think it's going in?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
What?